Welcome. I'm Tania Aurora Whitecrow, and I work as a shamanka, which is a Northern European term for a shamanic medicine woman. And I'm here today. This is what I call Wildcard Wednesday. So I could do anything on a Wednesday. I usually share shamanic journeys on Mondays. My podcast is on Fridays, sometimes Saturdays. And so Wednesdays, I just like to see what unfolds. And what's showing up at the moment is this sense of distraction or things trying to pull us away from our center, from really being in tune with ourselves and aligned with ourselves, taking us off our path for different reasons. And that might be calling to our sense of duty in the world in many different ways. And so this is where we meet those boundaries, those edges of discernment within those distractions. Is this for me or not? And that can sometimes be really hard, especially when we look at how that might be perceived from the outside world, if we're not doing something that might be perceived as not aligned with supporting what's unfolding in the world, at least not in a direct way. And so this just challenges ourselves to work at those edges, okay, and really return back to ourselves and well, is this part of my path? Is this going to nourish and enrich my path? And is this my way of moving forward on my path? So, and when there is such strong collective energy and strong distraction energy, it can become a lot more difficult. It becomes a lot more woven into our fields. For example, on social media, I usually find, I have very little stuff that comes up in my news feed that maybe it's because of the algorithm, maybe it's because of spirit, for whatever reason, but I have very little that comes up in my news feed that isn't aligned with my path, my purpose in some way. Yet at the moment, there's a lot that's coming into my news feed, and it's like that is trying to distract me. Okay. And I know I can see that, because I'm like, you shouldn't be here. So that really does show me just how strong that distraction energy is. And how do we keep those boundaries? How do we keep those boundaries really, really strong and purify our fields and maintain our frequency? So this is what this meditation exercise is going to support us with today. So I'm not going to open up spaces. Like, I'm going to try and do it in the spirit of, let's do this in the moment when we feel ourselves being pulled by something. But I want to go back to that point, is there's a murkiness maybe with the boundary at the edges of our energetic field, because this pulling is within the collective is very, very strong. So we might be aware of it, but perhaps others aren't, and then they're bringing that into our fields in different ways. So there's a kind of almost like a blurring of these boundaries. That it's really important that we keep that clear and don't allow that to enter into our fields. It's almost like a pummeling. If we have really, really strong boundaries or a really strong energetic field, there's still this pummeling effect almost that's happening. So Yeah, let's work with that. So we're going to do a kind of like a purification and a protection and a really coming back to ourselves. Okay. So, of course, the first thing, once you catch that, the first thing you do is come back to your breath. Closing your eyes always helps because that then brings you in relationship to yourself, your inner self. So just taking some deep breaths. And your breath nearly always connects you to your heart because your lungs are right behind your heart. So just become aware of that connection. Now, even after taking some breaths, if you're aware that you're still perhaps more in your head, instead of, avoiding or resisting the fact that you're in your head, if your energy is there, so go to that energy if your energy is in your head. Kind of gather it all up together. So bring it into one point in the center of your head. I'm always getting like this effect of, cocooning it. Say, it's fine. Wrapping it up, just calming all of that neural activity down. Turning to your breath. And then just draw that down into your heart. Maybe you feel it going down your throat, maybe down the back. I'm feeling it going down the back of my spine, the back of my neck. Into my heart. And then just really finding yourself centered in your heart. Drawing all of your energy, all of your focus into your heart. Just feeling your breath just growing naturally, softer, slower, into whatever rhythm is right for you. And then drawing your breath all the way down to your feet. And just really feeling that breath in your feet. And regardless of where you're sitting or lying, just feel that connection of your feet to the earth. As if you've barefoot are on the soil of the earth. Just feeling that oof, that diffusion that happens, that grounding, that connection. So just being really aware of your breath in your body, your grounded connection to the earth through your feet. And your awareness in your heart. Now I want you to sense a beam of light coming down from source. It's like this beautiful white platinum light. It's coming down from source. There's also this sort of blue, violet, lilac aura to this light as well. But the actual light is this white platinum. So it's coming down from source and it enters in through your crown. As soon as it enters your crown, it then diffuses immediately through all your neural networks, the nadis, your meridian systems. Just it creates this net throughout your physical body. And it connects down into your Earth Star chakra, and then it continues down into the center of the Earth, into her crystalline core. And then coming back up, you have that beautiful crystalline energy, heart energy of Mother Earth, which is more feminine and it's softer. There's kind of more of a yellowish tinge to that. Yeah, yellow-green aura. And it's a white crystalline, not platinum. So you have these two very different lights, two very different frequencies. It's like one went down to draw the other one up. So it's drawing that energy of Mother Earth's crystalline heart back up. So it's, and then bringing that up to your heart. Allowing that to connect in with your heart. So that crystalline energy of Mother Earth, it's just comes up through your chakras, through your feet, through your chakras, into your heart, where it meets with this other energy in your heart. And these two energies, they merge without becoming homogenized. You like the dance of the masculine and feminine. You know, like a kind of yin yang. And then just feel the dance of these two energies move through your body. I'm feeling it particularly in my throat right now. Around my jaw. There might be a sense of really having to be careful about what's being said. And that might be a good thing because you know that need to be compassionate is especially important right now. But when we've worked so hard to express ourselves, it can also feel hard, feel challenging to hold back. So it's about finding that balance. So this is helping to bring that balance to those vocal centers, the throat, the jaw, the tongue. It's working through the cranium. Just bring that into balance. And at the same time, sort of relieving a lot of that excessive information that's a distraction. In the same way that wanting to say something but not saying something, that's distracting energy. It's getting caught up in thinking about what you could say, should say, but better not say. That this is all part of that distraction. So just allowing these energies, this source energy and the energy of Mother Earth, this beautiful dance of lights. It's almost like the auroras moving through. Yeah, these beautiful light frequencies moving through, releasing this distraction energy, releasing this distortion energy, releasing anything that doesn't serve you, that's not for your path, not for your highest and best good. You may feel this kind of almost like these nets sweeping up. It's nets of like light frequencies sweeping up and down. So you've got that white crystalline energy with that yellow greenish aura, and then you've got the white platinum energy with the lilac blue aura. So there's the two energies that kind of dance together, and then maybe they go separately, working through your body, restoring balance, releasing the distraction energies and imprints. Going up and down your spine, allowing that to go into your bones, all the way down to the subatomic levels, clearing, cleansing, purifying into your cells, clearing all the cellular structures, all of the bodily organs, the muscles, tendons, ligaments, skin, all the bodily systems, nervous system, digestive system, respiratory system, cardiovascular system. Allowing that to clear, cleanse, and purify. Release anything that doesn't serve you. The skin, the teeth, the hair, the nails. All systems known and unknown, the hormone system, the enzyme system. Bringing everything into balance and harmony. Supporting the grounding template as well. The grounding template would be of real benefit right now. Okay, moving out into the spiritual fields, into your energy fields, emotional body, mental body, spiritual bodies, and beyond, your aura. And as we were talking about earlier, just really checking in with where those kind of ripples that of distraction and are coming in. Allowing these energies, working with your guides to see where there's any thinning of the aura, any strengthening that's needed, any fissures, any gaps, any holes. Just allowing all of that to be healed. You may want to call in your higher self to support with this work. And while this is happening, also really remember yourself as being in your heart, as being at the center of this. Right sense is that's as your energetic field's being repaired and restored, that elasticity as well being replaced where that's required. You might also feel senses within your physical body, especially maybe around your third eye and the occipital chakra at the back of your neck, top of your neck, or the back of your head. Because it's the, it's the head chakras that are very often targeted. So allowing everything that needs to be removed, and anything and everything that needs to be repaired, where it's for your highest and best good. Okay. Okay, once you feel that that's done, and it's just about, building up that frequency, building up that layer so it's really, really robust. So now that everything is nicely restored back to its optimum balance, optimum harmony, this might be the time to connect, where are your areas of vulnerability? Connecting through your heart with your guides, your higher self. So you might get a message like, spend more time out in nature. Yeah. Maybe it's too much screen time. So it can be really simple. So calling in some supportive frequencies to really encode additional protection around your aura. Maybe that is the frequency of nature, the frequency of Mother Earth, or the frequency of the rootedness, the groundedness of that connection. Or maybe for you, it's the ocean, okay? Or maybe it's a crystal, okay? It's a crystal that you resonate with. Maybe you can bring in the energy of that protection. Some of us, I've done this, used this in the past as well, as mirrors, so that you reflect that back so it doesn't come into your aura. So whatever feels like the perfect layer of protection for you now, additional protection. Just call that in now. And remember, 360 degrees all the way around you. Okay. And once that's in place, return to your heart. And you might want to say, you know, encode, I'm wearing a crystal today, encode this in a crystal to remind yourself when you feel a little bit, oh, I've been knocked out of alignment. Yeah. Just to hold that to remind yourself, but it can be as simple as just taking a breath, returning back to yourself, connecting in with those light frequencies, allowing them to do their clearing, and then calling in that extra layer of protection. Okay, and sending you much, much love from my heart to yours. And there's also, I have quite a few meditations, shamanic journeys, like there's a nervous system reset. And there's also another one for shock and sorrow that I'll link below that you may also find supporting. All right, sending you much love from my heart to yours.